more level.
Oh, she.
All right, boys and girls, we're up for podcast number 15. How's it going?
Sure it's 15 though?
It's 15. It better be 15 because that's what I have on there. So,
So 12, right?
No, we're all 15. Now, if we want to count just regulars, we're down like 3. So 12 is right. So 12 is right, technically. So, anyways, hey, welcome everyone. We got our regulars back this week. Awesome. And I think we're going to have them until the end of the year. So that's good.
Is it just me? Is it just me, or is it sad that I can't see David's desk right now on the other?
Dude, it's so sad.
I'm like,
so
I have nothing to look
right
at, David. I can't even look at your desk right now.
Are you talking about for the cam?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just have your Vive on that.
Let me see if I can do my Vive for you guys. Okay.
So now we just have like this loading symbol.
Okay,
Ooh,
the Vive's on.
shit,
The Vive's on, boys. Now you can look through the crummy Vive cam. It's upside. Oh, hey guys!
Ooh.
How y'all doing tonight? Y'all doing okay?
I mean,
Suddenly
yeah.
wrecked.
Good. Awesome.
I'm much
Well,
better now that that cam's on.
Okay, calm down. All right, so. Well, welcome to podcast number 15, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to Laria for the early bits action and stuff. Good to see you guys. Kovic as well. 10 months from Jiggly. Thank you, sir.
I don't know how it's always on a podcast night. It's always on a podcast.
Well,
night.
because
The
like,
only time you remember.
yeah, like if you come over.
No, because I watched him 2 weeks ago, and I just forgot to do it that month. And he was playing, I don't know, like PUBG with Kovic or something, and I went ahead.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah, I got you. Well, so let's get started.
Let's
I guess.
suck. Yeah.
Let's suck. Let's not suck. First of all, let me reintroduce our normal cast since we haven't had them in a couple of days, podcasts. Jiggly Bits, which is my brother-in-law. For those of you who don't know,
The dreadless dreadhead.
He has no more dreads, unfortunately.
Same.
We got Tarnus, who just got back from his honeymoon.
Hate.
Sophie Super
First
Chipper.
thing he does is talks with us assholes. That's great.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Rude.
And then we got Daviji, who just got a new car, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it has stars in the roof. It's awesome.
That is not my car.
Oh,
I think it's your car. I think it's a
River
feature.
10 is my car.
It's a feature.
I would like to do that to my car, but
that's like an extra
expensive.
$3,000, man. I'm down.
It's 1,400, but
That's like the undercoating.
1,400.
Well, either way, whoever's car that is, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you for the raid, no, I appreciate it.
I also didn't realize that's what it was until David just mentioned it. So.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I want it in my car, and I don't even have a good car. I just want it in there just to have it.
I wanted my car, but it's $1,400.
That sucks, yeah. All right, well, let's get into it. We always like to start off with what we played for the week. So, and it's actually, to be honest with you, it's been kind of 3 weeks. So I got a couple of things, but I haven't actually played them in like a week or two because I was playing them on the end of the last podcast. So, but I have actually played. I was playing Wolfenstein, the New Order, and I went to the second game, which is the Old Blood, which is really fun. They did some things in the second one that I didn't understand completely because, in my opinion, it made the gameplay worse instead of better. But it's still pretty cool. It's a prequel, so all the guns are a little bit older, which is neat. I mean, they still kind of handle the same. They just look different. But they changed some other stuff like movement and stuff, which I think was a downgrade from the first game. So, but I'm having a pretty good time with it. I'm probably like halfway through it now. So, but anyway, so I've been playing that. Been playing a lot of Black Ops as well. That just came out recently. Who else has played Black Ops besides me?
Me.
I did the beta. That was about it.
Okay,
And the
so
fuck out of it.
me and Jiggly mostly.
All day.
All day, every
All
day,
day.
all the days.
I'm
Actually,
playing. I'm competitive again. Fuck you, Dave. I'm addicted.
and then
I'm gonna lose my job now.
yeah. So, well, I actually have some clips for the Black Ops, so I'll play those. What do you think about Black Ops, Jiggly? Obviously, you're addicted, so it must be some sort of good.
All right, here's the pros and cons from an old school Call of Duty gamer. Pros. game's not shit anymore. You're not in a fucking exosuit. You can't jump 800 stories while sniping people and no scoping kids. All right, I like that. I like that it's actually back to running and gunning Call of Duty style. Things I don't like, some bullshit ass weapons that need to be fucking nerfed. All right, if I'm playing normal core, I expect not to die in half a second.
So, okay, let me touch on that real quick. So, weapon balance has been a thing that people have talked about, as well as time to kill or whatever it's called. A lot of people having issues.
What's funny about the time to kill thing is when they showed the game off, they were like, "Oh yeah, time to kill so low, time to kill so low." But you're playing it now, it's really not, unless you're playing hardcore, because it's always super short and hardcore. It's just how hardcore is. If you're playing normal core, you get to take the base AR with no attachments on it. It takes like 6 to 7 body shots to kill someone. That is not short time to kill. Battlefield beats that, and Battlefield is known to have really long time to kill.
Well, and let's say that's also based off mode, because in BR time to kill is really long as well.
I'm sorry. I was only talking about multiplayer.
I got
in
you.
VR, it's long because of the body armor shit. Too.
Yeah.
Well, not just that, but we'll touch on that a little bit as well.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so you don't like some of those things. What do you like about it? You said I
like the running gun aspect. Like it
right.
To me, it feels like I'm back
to basics
in my competitive days. Like it's actually, lanes are lanes and there's some routes around it. Pre-firing is back, which is good. Like everything about it's great. Memorizing maps, things I do. But yeah, it feels like it's kind of nostalgia for me, which is probably why I'm so into it right now.
Yeah,
and of course, all the maps out right now are they're pre-existing maps from Black Ops. Like they're just old Black Ops maps. So it's also kind of cool to just be able to replay them in a new system. But I don't know. I like what they tried to do with SMGs and ARs comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
They made ARs obviously the go-to, like it's supposed to be the go-to. SMGs they made kind of ridiculously.
I don't know.
Strong.
There's one game map type, and I don't know all the other game modes very well. I've played them. I played a bunch of them just to try them out, and I think they're all pretty fun. Yeah. And this is coming from someone like for me,
who hates.
I'm not a black. I never really played Call of Duty. I always did Battlefield.
Right.
But for me, it's just coming from like a newbie, right? Because I've never really played the series.
Well, you're just not. You don't like Twitch shooters. That's what they're called.
And there's one of the modes is dominated by SMGs. I can't remember what it is, but if you don't have an SMG, you're screwed. Like it's just like you turn the corner and you just get wasted by SMGs. But anyways, so I get what you're saying there. So
Anyway, so once the balancing starts, like here's my biggest thing, and this is where I'll end my stuff is LMGs for whatever fucking reason in this game have the weakest like per bullet damage. That's the opposite of how LMGs work. Okay, guys, get your shit together. The bigger the gun, the bigger the bullet, the bigger the hole. That's how it fucking works.
Yeah,
get it together.
I got you. Yeah.
Because they have the Helios, which shoots just as fast as the two of the slowest assault rifles. But the assault rifles will beat you every time, even if you land shot to shot. It makes no sense why my bigger gun does less damage.
Yeah, I got you. I think they're gonna start fixing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, probably.
So.
Zombies is fun. I don't know if you tried zombies yet.
I did try zombies, although
the gladiator map is actually really badass.
I don't know. Maybe it was when I played or how I played, but zombies are kind of. I don't know. Out of all the game modes, it's probably
it's the weakest one.
Least favorite.
Yeah.
But
it's just I get on it if I have like an hour to kill, and I just want to fuck around and like get my headshot game. It's really good just to kind of like get your aim.
Can we comment on that really quick though?
Go ahead.
You just said that it's the weakest one, yet it's the one that people were like probably the most hyped about before the beta. Because the beta, they were like, "Oh, we have this battle royale," and then everyone played it, and they were like, "Oh, it's so good." But before that, it was just like, "Oh, zombies is coming back," and then that's all I fucking heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's a popular mode. It's a popular mode, and the only thing is, it's just not a mode I enjoy. It doesn't mean it's not good. So I couldn't.
Well, that's like the general consensus that I've heard from most people too.
That is
like
not
even the people
good.
that were just like, "Oh, zombies!" Oh, and then like the beta came out, and they're like battle royale, and then that's it. Now, like no one's even talking about zombies.
Right.
Sort of.
I gotcha.
Like interesting to see the juxtaposition.
Well, let me play one of our first clips. This is in Battle Royale, but funny enough, it is in the zombie place, like the haunted mansion or whatever the hell the place is. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay. Well, there is zombies in there because basically in the BR, there's a couple places where there's zombies, and if you kill the zombies, there's a chest that opens and gives you it's kind of like a drop. Does that make sense? So there's some place on the map. So we're in there, but we are fighting another team. I'm lining up this shot, but we are fighting another team, and then my good friend Kovic decides to come in. Came in like a wrecking ball. It's fine. I'm not hurt or anything. It'll be fine. All right.
He's bitter.
By the way, I'll tell you the title of this after the fact. All right. Hopefully this is loud enough. Let's see.
Was it
Yep.
Kovic
I got one. He's down. Oh, guys! Damn, Kovic. If you didn't see that, he just shot me a bunch so that we could all die.
Yeah,
here.
I was like, yes,
dead because
take my bullets.
That one is shot in the dick by Kovic. That's what I labeled that one.
Nice.
Thank you, Kovic, if you're watching.
My first VR experience with Battlefield or with Black Ops. So my first day of playing it, spot on. Like I was killing it. Second day I played with Drew and them, like Drew, Blake, and their buddy.
Yeah.
3 games in a row, I literally killed nobody but my own team.
Ugh.
And it was like it made no sense. Like I knew what I was doing. I was like, oh, there's a guy over there, and then I'd jump off the roof, land on the ground. All of a sudden, I killed Drew. And I'm like, what? Like, where'd your name go? And then the other guy runs around the corner and kills himself.
Yeah,
And, I'm like,
and so
great.
okay, so in Kovic's defense, he did say that my name didn't show up, but I feel like that's just.
I think that's a thing. No,
that's
I think
just
that's
an excuse. Nope. This is.
I think it's a thing. When you get close enough to somebody, the name isn't there. That's for sure. I know that for a fact.
I think he wanted to kill me, and that's what happened. No, just kidding. Yeah, there's probably some problems and glitches like that, but anyways.
You got tired of all your sub gifts.
Yeah, that's right. He was like, "Fuck this." No. Anyways, the second one is all on me. Now, I will say that this definitely happened to somebody else before, so I'm not the only one who did it. But here it is.
You do that too.
Oh, I already know what's about to happen.
Space.
I hit space.
Did you thought you'd be able to glide?
Yeah, so, okay, I don't understand how that works, but,
you have to run and then jump.
Yeah, so what had happened just before that shot was, I think it was Kovic who jumped off, and, he glided down. And we were playing with Kratek that night, if you remember Kratek, right?
I was watching that night, yeah.
And so as I was falling, you probably couldn't hear in the clip because they're really quiet in that clip. But he was just like, space. And I'm just like jamming space as fast as I can and just die. Yeah, this is rough.
Like, is it like in the Peter Griffin fashion when the tub's falling down?
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, which is, Cleveland. Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah, Cleveland, yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. He had just died before that too, so basically I chalked it up to I didn't want to live without the rest of my teammates. So I'm good. I'm all good, right? So, anyways, overall, I think Black Ops is worth the buy.
Oh yeah.
Some people have kind of sworn off the BR.
Games.
Yeah.
You get 3 games. That's fucking worth.
Some people have sworn off the BR right now just because there are some things that need to be fixed.
Like the loot bit glitch that everybody thought they fixed. And they didn't.
That the armor. One thing I like to point out is, and it was mentioned, and I think it makes sense, is in comparison to like PUBG, for instance, and I think it may also been Kovic who said this. They were talking about, when you're in PUBG and you're in a firefight, there's a choice between healing and like, advancing, keep shooting, like try to take the other guy down. Whereas in Black Ops, it's so fast to heal that you can just like heal right back up and then just continue the fight. So,
especially if you have that perk. If you have that perk, you're a fucking god. It's ridiculous.
And I think that is just part of that time to kill thing as well. I mean, to be honest. So we'll see. And even getting people up is super fast, So it's
another thing about it is like something that I've seen. Again, I haven't played the game, so this is just purely from what I've seen, like multiple people complaining about, is that the armor in the mode itself is just like over-tuned. Like, it has such a dramatic effect on how long it takes to kill you versus when you don't have it.
Yeah,
That
no,
it's like,
that's a big issue right now, and they're supposedly working on that, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah,
Or just shoot him in the head.
hey, yeah, all headshots only, baby. That's all you need. Anyway, so playing Wolfenstein, Black Ops. Jiggly, you're playing Black Ops. Playing anything else, Jiggly?
I got back into Rocket League a little bit.
Hey, we're gonna play that on Wednesday if you're around.
Yeah, tomorrow?
Yeah. So
tomorrow?
So known one has a birthday tomorrow, and I think we're gonna get together and play that for his birthday. So
I'm down.
If you're around, check it out because I'm sure they'll need people to play.
Yeah,
and you know we're always down. We're the undefeated Rocket League champions versus Loot Salad, so we're doing good.
Hell yeah! Oh yeah,
we doing good, baby.
Wait, I thought I joined and lost it for you guys.
No.
No, that's right. You guys carried me.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. We're winners. So.
We carried ourselves. Let's be real.
I wish the guys from Loot Salad were here so I could rub it in their noses some more. But it's fine. That's fine. We can do that later.
I mean, I also was in one of the winning teams.
That's right. You played with us. And Drew last year. That was last year. This year we didn't have Drew, unfortunately.
That was good.
Yeah, guys. So real quick, guys, if you guys like playing Rocket League, that's tomorrow with Known, and I know a lot of you guys know Known. So join us tomorrow for his birthday and playing some Rocket League. Okay, so did you play anything, Tarnus? I know you were busy, honeymoon and all.
I've been busy with the whole honeymoon thing, and then just getting ready to maybe start a campaign up. And then, of course, I got something else coming out later on.
Speaking of campaigns, David.
Yeah, we haven't had time, dude. I know.
Fuck, man. I'm just kidding.
I don't know, to be honest with you. We may have to wait until November, because this weekend is the Halloween party, and next weekend we're at BlizzCon, so.
Oh, I forgot about the Halloween party.
FYI, guys. BlizzCon next weekend for me, so I'm hopefully... I can't... Unfortunately, according to rules, I'm not going to be able to like live stream it or anything, I don't think. But we'll see. You can get away with having a phone in there, so we'll see what we can do. But
can't you live stream from outside? Like,
I don't know.
Allowed?
We'll kind of see, because it's just like no recording with real cameras is what it says. It says you can have a phone and stuff, so I don't know. We'll see what we can get away with. Anyways, so going to BlizzCon, that'll be fun. DVG, you been playing anything great?
Dude,
I know what you were playing last night.
I played the same 3 games, and that's about it.
PoE, Maple Story. I don't know the third one.
Yeah,
Warframe.
Oh,
no,
fuck
Warframe.
Yeah, should have guessed.
I thought you quit that one. I don't know. I was gonna guess like the alien shooter one.
Alien shooter? Warframe?
Warframe?
No. Destiny.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I forgot I do also have Destiny. Fuck, I should have played it. There's a good event going on. Anyway.
All right, so I got one more clip I want to play before we
I mean, yeah, man, go ahead.
And then this one, I forgot to ask Kovic, because he was streaming last night, I was not. This is Kovic's clip. It's from his stream. So I stole it so that you could watch me clutch this win up from last night. Yeah, it's stolen. Everybody knows, though. Everybody knows. All right, here's this one. Everyone was excited that I got the win. I purposely clipped this so that you could see the potato first, and then the clutch afterward. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Because I was potatoing pretty hard. I want to point out one thing here. I hate burst fire. Okay. It's the worst firing mode, and the fact that there's a weapon in Call of Duty that only burst fire is the fucking worst. Okay. I'm just gonna say that one more Call of Duty thing. Anyways, here's me clutching the win out for our squads last night.
He's probably prone. Why is that making noise? Oh, you see him?
So, by the way, I had it in burst fire here, which is why I don't hit shit.
Can't hit him because I switched. Get it!
Oh, no.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! What a fucking legend!
That okay? Yeah. you stressed them the fuck out, by the way. Because not only did you just like back away and you're like, I can't fucking shoot,
Well,
and you also get in the blue.
Well, because I backed out. Yeah, so I backed out there to. I backed out there to switch to single fire, just so because he was shooting at me at the same time in that moment, and I was like, shit, he's gonna hit me if I stay there. So I just kind of backed out, and the zone was coming in. So I hit in the zone. I was like, fuck it. If I kill him, I don't die. So I just started shooting until he died. So
that's one way.
Anyways.
And like, Kovacs like, what are you doing?
Yeah, all of them were just like butthole clenching, I'm sure. But anyways, we got it, baby. We got it. Hey, and you notice I got 4 kills in that game, so I didn't do too bad.
4 more than normal.
4 more than normal, baby. No. Normally, I'm dead, so even better, boys and girls.
0 and dead are still the same thing.
That's right.
Still 0 kills.
No. 0 and dead is
same.
not the same thing, because I gave somebody else a kill. See, now they didn't get a kill. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right.
It's not wrong.
All right. Let's talk about why we're here. We decided that this week, this podcast, we're going to do a little thing on reboots. So basically, I asked the guys, there's 2 things. We have like our top reboot or remake that we really enjoyed, and then we have a game that we want rebooted or remade. So that's going to be our basically our concept for tonight. And hopefully I cleared all the picks, because otherwise this will just show them all. Yeah. So there you go. There's top reboot and reboot we want. We'll start talking about that. No, unfortunately, it is about games known, so we're not talking about rebooting TV shows.
I was actually asking the same question.
Yeah, because that was like the first thing out of Tarnis's mouth was like TV movies. I was like, no, games.
It'd be That 70s Show if we were talking about TVs.
Oh yeah, that needs a reboot. Let me tell you.
You guys were like, yes, please. So
well, they did reboot it. That 80s show. The whole.
Oh God, no! Please.
All right, well, this is the last time Tarnis is allowed on the. No, I'm just kidding.
All right,
so many times.
As normal, we'll go through all of our top reboots first, so that you can hear from each one of us, and then we'll do our reboots we want second. Oh my gosh, Flint, that's a good one actually. Anarchy Online for reboot you want. I'd be down. I love that game when it came out. Let me reveal my first pick real quick. So right now, well, for me, my top reboot that I've enjoyed the most, I think, is the new Doom.
It's a good one.
Couple of reasons why. I mean, first of all, Doom's like the granddaddy of all FPS. And, you know, I mean, there may be some debate there, but I think Doom really defined the genre. So it holds a special place in my heart. Obviously, there's nostalgia there as well from playing it so much. You know, but I think that the reboot did it a lot of justice. How, like... Yeah, you remember those keys? Those were awesome. I just like how fast the game is now, and some people may not like that because, you know, the old game definitely wasn't like a speed runner or anything.
Yeah.
But in this game, like, you have to go... If you don't go fast, you're dead, essentially. It's just like, you take way too much damage. But I really like that. It's just like constant on-the-go action where you're just obliterating people. And so I really like that part about it. I also like how it focuses on glory kills, you know, you're just like ripping demons' eyeballs out and like, you know, doing all this crazy stuff. It was just really neat. So I like that aspect as well. So I don't know. I think it upped the ante for Doom, and I'm super, super excited for Eternal, I think, right? Doom Eternal, which is coming out, which is basically the next version. So I'm really excited for that. I also like that the new one kind of, you know, does some exploration stuff with like character upgrades. Like your character upgrades just aren't right out in the open, so you do have to explore the maps a little bit. And like a lot of your secrets, where like in the old Doom, when you found a secret, it was usually just like, oh, now you got a 200 armor boost or whatever. Whereas here, you actually get upgrades. and or you find like the trophies, which are the Praetor suits or whatever, and they all like help you like with weapon upgrades and stuff like that. So it's really cool to explore Doom. A lot of times it's after I've beat the hell out of everything, and then I go back and explore. But still, I really think it was a good one. So I love it. So anyway, so that's mine. You can go out and get Doom, obviously. I forgot to fucking put where, but it's on. It's definitely on Steam because that's where I have mine. So you can go out on Steam and grab a copy.
You can play Doom on the TI-84 right now.
Well, if you're talking about original Doom, you can get original Doom everywhere. Just go to like Google and type in Doom. I'm sure there's like 1,000 viruses for that one too, though. Like But anyway, so I bet you the best one probably to pick up is Ultimate Doom, really. Because it's modded the hell out of it, They modded the hell out of it, so... Anyway, so Doom's my top reboot remake. I think it was really good. And like I said, it brings back a lot of memories from playing the original. I played that original so many times. I've tried to go back and play it now. It's hard because on modern machines, it's just hard to get like a resolution that works, on those games. They're just like really trash.
Random, but Domingo makes oh fuck, what is that game called? He makes maps for this game. It's that zombie game we used to play a lot, where you can throw money at each other, and it goes money, money, money.
Oh man, I don't remember.
Fuck, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what the fuck is that game called?
They made a new one.
Yeah, it's the second one. He makes the.
I don't
What the fuck is that game called?
I don't know what it's called.
I'll find it.
It's the zombie one where you like level up as you fight. Anyway, he makes maps for it.
Killing Floor.
Killing Floor.
Yeah,
thank you.
okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Killing Floor 2. He makes maps for it, and he made the Doom map.
Oh,
and
that's
so
cool.
it's actually really cool to see like the zombies and stuff in the Doom setting.
Doom?
But he
Cool.
even put like the secret rooms and stuff in it though.
No, that's cool.
So,
yeah, I like
we got to
stuff
play.
like
We
that.
got to test play that. That was really fun. So that like that's the. If you wanted some nostalgia while
Right.
playing a newer game, you can go do that.
No, that's
That being
cool.
said, Killing Floor is just a good game in general.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Pick that up too. All right, so let's go to our next pick, which I believe is Jiggly's.
Hello. All right. Hopefully that link still works. I didn't give you an actual link. I just gave you copy pasta.
That's fine. I can get it.
So my top reboot was that's the new one, by the way.
That's fine.
I didn't get the old one.
That's okay. Continue.
But my top reboot was from 2016. It was Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Because as a youngin, I was a PS2 kid, so I played a lot of Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot. But I really liked the puzzle strategy that they had in Ratchet and Clank, along with just like being able just to run around and like hit shit with a wrench. Like that's just really fun to do for whatever reason. But I like the reboot one because of all the different crazy weapons they thought of, like the Groovatron. You just make people dance. Like I thought that was the greatest thing, and it works on literally every mob, like any mob. Bosses doesn't matter; it will always work. So that like just the way they did the game, the constant back and forth between Ratchet and Clank and the new one is really fun. And the storyline actually wasn't that bad, so that was also good.
It looks really like the graphics look really
The
good.
graphics, they did a really good job with the graphics. This
Yeah.
is this is even 2 years ago, so
Yeah, it looks pretty solid.
not that graphics has really increased much, but
Sure.
the gameplay was solid. The storyline, like I said, was great. The map design was actually really good in this one. Not a lot of there was no real bland moments. You had to constantly find new ways to get around areas because there was the objective always was a different spot. So you actually had to go and search. So that was kind of cool.
I remember playing they had the booth or the kiosk in GameStop for this game. And
Yeah.
it was always the same train level. And I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I stayed at GameStop and played that thing the entire way through. And it was actually so interesting, and then I just never fucking bought it.
Yeah.
Felt real
So
bad.
I actually didn't buy this game. So I mean, I had a PS4, but I didn't buy this on it. My buddy had it, and I was at his house for 3 days in a row, and I beat it. And you could beat it really easily.
Yeah.
But the DLC they have a lot of DLC and stuff for it now. But you could beat it fairly quickly if you actually are trying. So that's kind of cool. It's a really good game. You can get it at You can get it at any game store. Pre-owned is $15 at GameStop.
Nice.
And so yeah, you can get that.
I wonder if it's on PS now. I'm gonna look up real quick.
It is. I think it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. That's what he had it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Go. We can continue. Cool. Well,
So, yeah,
I don't know. It looks pretty neat. I kind of want to play it just from watching that. So, see a big old.
Didn't it have the same story as the first game that actually came out?
Yes, it's literally a reboot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
it's him. It's literally a remake of the first one. They just kind of redid it in the sense of like the. I mean, they added some levels here and there, and it's some like filler storyline to kind of make it make sense.
More of a remake than a reboot, but still, it falls under the category. That's fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, let's go on to, I believe, Tarnis next, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tarnis.
I had to go with XCOM. XCOM, Enemy Unknown. Growing up playing UFO Defense and Terror from the Deep, I don't know why. I guess I'm just a huge glutton for punishment. But I just hated. I just loved playing games that hated me playing them so much, to the point where they were just fucking impossible. Like, move one turn, you walk out and you die. This game has definitely brought it back. I mean, what we're up to XCOM 2 now, with like 3 different expansions, I'm sure. But yeah, the nostalgia of me growing up in high school and younger, just playing this game, I'm just glad they brought it back. But yeah, right now I think we're watching the old one, the old trailer, and how horrible it looked.
Yeah, but you got to remember, like, the day and age when it came out. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah. You gotta kind of remember these games are old. Some of us are old guys.
Well, about the same time, Civilization 2 came out. So yeah, that's about how bad it was.
There's some new gameplay. Well, so I never played the old XCOM, so I can't attest to how good they were. But playing the new XCOMs, definitely enjoyed the tactics and all that kind of stuff. I love those type of games anyway. So I thought XCOM was a really good series. But again, I only played the new one, so I don't have like anything to compare it to per se. But they're really good games, and I enjoy them. And you can play them multiplayer, which is neat, you know.
Yep.
So that's always fun too. So definitely a good pick in my opinion, at least as far as a game in general. I definitely liked it. Does anybody else play XCOM? Any of you guys play?
Yeah, I played it. I think the best thing to come out of it, though, is definitely just the missing from Point Blank memes.
That's true. That was kind of ridiculous. Some of that RNG, even when you're like right next to a mob.
Yeah, and it's like a 99% chance, right?
Yeah.
No. I've seen
You can have 100% and miss.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know.
Is that like the same as a crit fail at that point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of, yeah. So, anyways, I think they're still good games. So that's a good pick. I like seeing that one on there.
Oh yeah, I still need to pick it up. I just haven't.
I've played both this one and like the newest one, which I think you're right. I think it is 2. But if you just want to waste like a fuckload of time, those are the games to do it with. Because strategy games in general usually just waste a fuckload of time. XCOM is like an additional fuckload of time because you get to a certain point where you're just like, oh, I actually have access to all these upgrades now, and then you're like, oh, now I have to like go get all this shit to research them, and it takes like that much more time on top of it.
There's a lot of like mission grinding, basically.
You're like me, and you forget to save after you complete a mission, and so when you come back, you have to start the game over, and you're like, it's a good day.
Oh no, that's
that happened to me the first time I played BattleTech. I beat the whole first like training mission, and I was like, sweet, I'm gonna go to bed now. Log back in the next day. Had to start. No, there's not in BattleTech.
An XCOM.
Oh, okay.
I think I might be wrong. Fuck.
I don't know.
Either way,
most strategy games don't have autosave because they're like fuck.
The strategy. Cool. Well, okay. So then Ian, our DVG,
oh god,
who always just is a rebel.
Rebel.
which is fine.
I don't know. I think I was a troll too.
He just picks games that aren't even released yet. But let's talk about
Hey.
it. What's your top reboot, buddy?
Oh, it's Torchlight Frontiers. Fuck you, David. That's
So-
in the document, in case anyone was curious.
Let me explain.
No, it's Torchlight, fuck you, David, Frontiers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta get it
close
right. Gotta get it right. So, Torchlight Frontiers isn't out yet, but it does look pretty good. Go ahead and continue.
We all are all excited for
That's
it.
the wrong one, motherfucker.
Oh,
I'm watching you.
Do you have an
Yeah,
old
I added the old one because you decided to do that randomly.
I didn't decide to do it.
You punk bitch. Anyway,
All right,
So,
so let's talk about it.
let me go into this first. Yes, I know the game's not out yet, but the reason why I went ahead and put it on here anyway wasn't necessarily because I think the gameplay is like necessarily like the best or whatever, because like obviously I haven't played it. Reason why I think it's like worth mentioning in general is purely because of like how ARPGs are sort of like becoming a big thing. There's a lot of talk behind the whole Diablo 3, whether or not they're gonna like announce Diablo 4 at BlizzCon this year, etc., etc. So like obviously there's some sort of want for that sort of thing. Path of Exile has gone from like not that many people to at one point it was the highest like streamed game on Twitch
Yeah,
for like 3 days at the beginning of the league.
still pretty high.
And it's still relatively high. The reason why I went ahead and put this game in here was because of the sort of increased popularity that I think I'm seeing for RPGs, and the amount of sort of campiness that Torchlight is bringing to the whole genre in general. Because I don't know if you've looked at PoE or if anyone's looked at PoE in chat or whatever, but it's a dark fucking game.
Yeah.
All the environments are really dark. There's a bunch of like dark settings. There's like no lights on. Someone turn all the lights off. There's no whatever. In Frontiers, the first like gameplay trailer that came out, they're in this bright ass fucking setting and your eyes hurt. It's so goddamn bright and shiny. It's such a like nice breath of fresh air to see like that sort of, I don't know, sort of bright tones coming to the genre because it's so not there. Diablo's bloody, dark, gloomy. Path of Exile is bloody, dark, gloomy. Any other RPGs that I don't play,
All the popular ones, Grim Dawn, same thing.
Grim Dawn,
Yeah.
super fucking dark. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they're the popular ones, quote unquote.
they're the
so-
popular ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, even like that one that was on beta that we mentioned in like what our second podcast
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
That was dark as fuck too. So
Yeah.
it's like
Well,
I put this on the list purely because I'm like excited for. I think the game's gonna look fun. It looks fun as fuck.
it
But
does.
also just because like the whole changing of the setting.
Well, and so to be more fair here, I think that Torchlight Frontiers is not necessarily a reboot of itself, but of the genre is what you're going for.
Yeah.
And so like I want to point out
It's
that,
also a reboot of it.
yeah, it is. It is.
Or a
'cause-
remake, I guess.
Well, because they're switching, they're still keeping all that like dungeon crawling and everything, but they're also doing like a Guild Wars style where like you can interact with everyone else like in the world and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, One thing I want to point out is in the new one you can play a little fucking mechanical robot guy, like a potbelly stove, like steampunk thing.
Yeah,
So
cool.
that looks awesome. And then the gameplay trailer, they even show where like you can trade out like the different chess pieces, so you look like different stoves and stuff, and like different hats, and like it's really cool how like customizable
There's also
the characters are.
the train track with the fucking like.
I saw that.
That
Maybe you can
rides
keep
on
adding
it.
tracks to
Yeah,
it.
and that was like part of that dude's
That was
class. That's
yeah,
crazy.
that was awesome.
Yeah,
There's
so
just a lot of like campiness that's in with it that I think is just super exciting to see.
yeah, it looks pretty cool. So I don't know. I enjoyed the previous two Torchlights.
Same.
The biggest
I wish we played them more.
The biggest thing about those is we just modded the hell out of them all the time.
No, the biggest
Which
thing
is
about
great.
it is every time we try to play it, we like get all the mods set up, and then we're like, okay, we'll play it tomorrow, and then it just never fucking happened. And then like 2 months down the line, I'm just like, fuck, I guess I'll install it. And then David's just like, hey, you want to play Torchlight like maybe the next fucking day. God damn it!
Well, that's your own fault. All right. So anyway, so Torchlight Frontiers, top reboot. Even though we've never seen it, good game. All right.
Yeah, we just saw the trailer.
That's right.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I think I hope it is very, very good. So we shall see.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some games we want rebooted. How about that?
Oh yeah.
This one's a little more up to interpretation because we all have our favorites. You know, Tarnis's is a good one. It's a barn burner, boys and girls. Watch out for this one. All right, let me tell you about mine real quick. So one game that I haven't heard anything about recently, with all these remakes, is the Legacy of Kain series.
I almost put that too.
So that's Blood Omen, Soul Reaver 1, Soul Reaver 2, and Defiance, I think, was the last one.
There was just Legacy of Kain too.
No. It's the first one is Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain. Everybody tells me there's just Legacy of Kain, and there's not. Get out of here. Anyway.
I know what I like.
Don't tell me what there is and there is not. Anyway, so I don't know. I really like the Legacy of Kain series story, mostly, but in the same sense, I did like the gameplay in the first couple, and this is like a super small screen, so you're gonna see stupid stuff on the sides, unfortunately, because it's like an old video. So sorry about that. Anyways, the issue is.
Wait 1 second.
As they progressed in the games, like the newer games, I felt made some bad choices in like combat and stuff like that. So I really feel like a reboot would be nice. If they like basically keep the story, the game was known for like its really good voice acting, so they keep the story, they keep like the really detailed voice acting and stuff, and they kind of remake a game that's kind of more throwback to maybe the first couple of games in the series, less of a brawler, because in the end, there you go, you got a copy of it for your Xbox.
Yeah, I do. I still have an Xbox too.
Because in the end, like the last one, the Defiance one, I believe was the last one that came out. It was just like a brawler, which is kind of weird, and I didn't like it a lot. But the story's great, and I think if they revisited that game series, it would go over well. What was that game we played where it's vampires versus vampire hunters? You remember? Nosgoth, which was set in that world, technically. It's the closest thing we got to a throwback. Yeah, like a remake. It wasn't a remake, it was just a versus game. Yeah. But it was very interesting, and it was actually really popular, even though it only lasted like a year.
I think it was almost 2.
Yeah.
It was just shy of 2 years.
Apparently it was a pretty popular game, so a lot of people played it. It would have made a good time to like come out with a reboot, back then.
Yeah.
But depending, some of these games, are just going to be like, who owns the rights, etc., etc. So you never know. You may never see a reboot.
Square Enix.
Yeah, I got you. And so that's just me. I really like the Legacy of Kain series. It's really dated, so it would be really nice if we could get a reboot of that one. So
I'll say this about the game: Soul Reaver was the first game I ever owned.
Oh yeah.
Period. Yeah. Like the absolute first game I ever owned, and there was just something like I was a young kid, so obviously everything edgy was super cool to me. And the fact that he just like pulled down his face mask to suck souls was just like the coolest fucking thing to me as a kid.
You're like,
and that's
yes!
all I did. Every fucking enemy I encountered, I was trying to do that to, and then they just kill me, and I was like, what the hell?
Hey, so, you're not too much different now than you were as a kid. It's fine.
Hey man, at least I have, No, you're right. No, I honestly almost put that as my thing. Like, I had to like think of something else to do because I saw you put it, obviously.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Because that was such like a big game too, and then I saw that because I was looking into it because I was actually curious. I was like, what the fuck? I swear to God that they had to remade it or something, and then I saw, oh, it's owned by Square Enix. which sort of leads me to believe that they're never gonna make a remake of it because Square Enix just sucks at doing that.
Well, and they had some. Oh yeah, foreshadowing, guys. Foreshadowing here. Okay. Anyways, yeah, and also apparently there was a couple of projects in the works that ended up getting canceled. So they've tried to continue the series a few times, but it hasn't. It just hasn't happened. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. That's just my pick. Let's go on to Jiggly's pick. What you got, buddy?
So, well, the game I want rebooted and remade, and I was sad. When Rainbow Six Siege came out, I was disappointed, guys, because I wanted Rainbow Six Vegas/Vegas 2 terrorist hunt mode to be in Rainbow Six Siege.
There goes all our viewers. Just said that.
That's fine. They can all suck a cock. But so
oh no,
Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2. Vegas 2 is my personal favorite. Rather than Vegas. But this is the campaign. But you can basically do all this in the terrorist hunt mode or online game. The AI was fantastic. In Siege, the AI is retarded. It's like it does nothing. It just runs
it's
around
not worth playing. Yeah, it's not worth playing.
In Vegas 2, the AI would actually fuck your shit up. Like if you make a mistake, you're actually dead. And it's like not like, you know,
it
5 seconds later dead. It's like a 2-tap headshot.
Okay, I need to stop right there because there's been some bullshit that just happens.
I think you're just retarded because I just read what you wrote and doesn't exist. That's not how that works at all. The game pre-generates everything on the map.
You can literally peek in and then something just spawns like right next to you.
No, that's not how that works. The game pre-generates the whole map when you're loading into it.
So
I know. I spent like 3,000 hours playing.
Let me clarify something. Terrorist hunt. And this may be a throwback to some of you older guys that remember this game. The original SWAT, SWAT with the periods, was a tactical SWAT game overhead. It was crazy, like it like super intense. Like you could tell your guys to breach the door, check corners, blah blah blah. If I remember correctly, because I didn't play a lot of Rainbow Six, but
yes, you could do that.
Essentially, it was like SWAT, but it was 3D, obviously, first person. All your enemies were there. You already knew where they were. You can see in this gameplay even you're pre-tagging them, so you kind of know where they are because you basically had to have all your ducks in a row to win the level correctly. So I don't know. I'm not dogging on Tarnis. I just don't know if he's remembering the right mode specifically. Because if I remember correctly, I think they were all, like you were saying, they were all already on the level.
Yeah, the whole... So, because I remember, because this is a tactic you could do, is the game loads, and as long as you don't shoot, they don't know where you are until the first one finds you and starts yelling.
Well, because you can go in silent and try to run the whole thing silent.
Yeah, and then they don't know you're coming as long as you don't actually alert anybody.
Right.
And there was actually really good, reason to do that. And I'll get to that. So the game, you'll see, whenever you kill somebody in this thing, there's an XP bar at the bottom, and kills give you XP. The harder the difficulty, the higher XP you get per kill. But you'll notice that, when she shot the dudes from behind earlier, and it gave her the little fist icon. So that means she got XP specifically for close quarters combat. And so there was 5 different brackets you could get, or maybe it was 4 different brackets you can get XP for. There was close quarters. There was assault. There was I always called it sniping, even though it wasn't sniping. It's long range distance. And then there was a 4th one, which I think was, I don't actually remember. It's been a while. But depending on how you killed things, that's the kind of XP you got. So if you threw a grenade into a hallway and blew up 6 dudes, all that XP strictly goes into the assault one. Yeah, it's the assault one. But if you use an incendiary grenade, then it goes into a different one. So it was kind of neat how they did that. If you blind fire, kill somebody, then it gives you different XP. That one was a long shot, so it gave her the sniping XP. And that's how you unlock the different weapons, because the game had different weapons in different tiers. And some of the really good weapons were you had to play the game a lot.
Right, you had to go.
And I remember the best way to get the close quarters combat one is it was the sniping one, is what they're about to do here. And there's a certain map you could do this on where you just hang off a ledge and use your pistol only to kill things, to kill the enemies that come. And there was a way you could make them like glitch out to where they'd always come around this corner. Yeah, CQP stuff.
So
and
you could basically just aim in one spot and just wait for everything to come through?
Yeah, and you'll hear them, because you hear the game's really loud, so you'd always hear the AI coming around the corner, so you could pre-fire, hit them in the head real quick before they come around the corner. It was fun to do. But, yeah, I don't know. I just love this game, and I was really sad when Siege had, because Siege was like, we're going to have Terrorist Hunt. Everyone's like, fuck yes, we get Terrorist Hunt back. And then it was that trash that they made. It was like, oh, there's like 10 guys on the map, and it's also a really small map, so have fun. They didn't do it right. Sad.
Well,
so I want a remake of Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
You got to remember that nowadays the focus on multiplayer games is competitive.
Yeah, and competitive. Yeah.
Since
but they still had online multiplayer in this game. It was the same exact maps as the Terrorist Hunt maps. It was just either TDM or Capture the Flag or something like that.
So Vegas 2 came out in 2008, so it has been 10 years. So I was thinking, I was like, man, it might be too new to reboot, but
nah, it's been 10 years.
You're right, it's been 10 years, pretty decent amount.
You can still play it on Steam. I even bought it. It's like $3 on Steam, and they still have Steam servers up for it, so you can actually like play Terrorist Hunt and stuff. So we got on it. Me and some friends of mine got on it, and I mean the graphics are still this bad.
Right.
Actually, they kind of seem worse when you're playing it on a bigger like monitor nowadays.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, it's still fantastic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's good.
No,
it's good.
I think I thought it was a pretty cool game. I never got to play it a lot, enough because everybody who played it that I knew that played. That I was playing with all the GameStop guys just played it on console, so
right.
I never had a reason to buy it. It's like how most of my gaming is. It's like if it was a console game, which you can get on PC, but like if it was a console game, I wasn't playing a lot of games with people back then. It was like, man, like what am I gonna do? I can't play it because all these guys are playing on console, so I just never bought it.
That was before PC gaming was really PC gaming.
Yeah,
like all PC gaming really had was like MMOs and then Counter-Strike.
Dude, that Orange Pack, and I played all those games on that thing, man.
Orange Pack was great.
That was good stuff.
Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Portal 3.
Well,
also
they could come out with Portal 3, I guess.
They probably will.
Team Fortress 3.
They don't need that. They don't need that. It's fine.
Just more hats.
Just more hats for 2, yeah.
We're coming up on a good one, guys. Coming up on a good one. This is Tardis's pick. I like this pick, by the way. I'm giving him
not so troll.
I'm giving him a hard time, but it's a legit pick, I think. I'm gonna let you talk about it, and we'll go from there. So go ahead.
Back in 2015, E3. There was an announcement for a remake of Final Fantasy VII. Not only did they have, they also had video, a nice trailer for it. Since then, there has been absolute shit. Nobody's saying a word. Actually, there was one word saying we don't want you to basically tear this one a new one. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII. I mean, God, back when I had a PlayStation. I played the shit out of that game. I even had, was it the PS1 had this stupid glitch where if you opened the door, the disc door, that you could have the regen spell go off, and it would still res you, but no other actions would take, and then you could close the door back and you would be fine again, and you could just keep it going. But this remake, good.
I was just gonna say I definitely agree with you that this would be on my want to be remade game list. In theory, it's being remade, but we, like you said, we haven't heard anything about it since its initial announcement. So, who knows what's gonna happen? You know what I mean?
I mean, and
COVID. Go ahead.
And as you were saying, Square Enix has been sort of dropping the ball on remakes lately.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were talking about earlier. It's like, Square Enix isn't the best at this, but
But I mean, just the old playing it through, trying to grab all the ultimate weapons. I'm probably gonna be kicked off of the podcast after this, but I have to say, Materia is my second favorite Magicka system.
Oh, okay. So I thought at first I was okay with it because you said Materia, and I'm like, no, I like Materia, and then you said it was your second, so then you can die. Okay, continue.
Right.
My favorite magic system is the Lunar Spellbook.
No,
Same. And Ancients. Ancients is my second.
Bones to Peaches, bitches. All right, I'm out.
Final Fantasy VIII, the draw system.
Oh, okay. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion.
Your opinion's wrong.
I didn't say that. It's fine. Anyway,
I like Magicka's magic system where you just combine elements to see what happens and usually kill your own friends. It's great.
I do like Magicka's combination system. I just don't like Magicka. That's just me.
I don't. We just gotta play it again, David. That's all it is. We just gotta play it.
If you actually watch
the new one,
the trailer of it,
the new one,
it did have the Final Fantasy 15 combat system, which they probably were using in 7 before 15 came out.
Yeah.
But I'm actually sort of excited about real-time battles using Cloud and his fucking Buster Sword.
Hell yeah.
Having Barrett using his machine arm while Tifa just beats the shit out of people left and right with her fists.
I just want to see Tifa's tittas.
Oh, Jesus.
Jiggle physics.
Jiggle physics OP.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Family-friendly stream, boys and girls. Family-friendly. All right. Let's go to our...
Hey, here's a question, though, real quick.
What?
Darnus, have you ever played Final Fantasy Dissidia? I think it's called Dissidia.
Yeah,
It's it's basically just like Soul Calibur, but with Final Fantasy characters. You should look into it.
Are we still talking about Jizzle?
No.
Jiggle physics?
No. I was just talking about because he said he wanted to play Cloud again, and just play
gotcha.
Cloud.
I've played a few. I mean, I have the PSP Go.
Yeah, it's on the PSP, so you can probably get it on that.
Right.
I'm just saying, it's a really good game. You look it up; it's probably like $10 right now because it's pretty old. But
You're talking about PS Vita.
Yeah, that's what it was on, the Vita. But anyway, yeah, go next.
All right, last but not least, I think we have Daviji's. Actually, so real quick before you reveal, I read up on this game, and apparently, everybody wants it remade. So you're not like you're not wrong. Here. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Do you want to play it?
What?
I own it.
Maybe I don't have a way to play it, but maybe
I have an Xbox.
Okay, yeah, bring all this shit over. All right, let's talk about it first.
The game I want remade or rebooted, I don't even fucking care. I just want it. It's called Gladius.
Solid.
And yeah, that's a really fucking good game. God, it's such a weird thing to talk about.
So I don't know how I missed this game, by the way. Well, I know how I missed it. I didn't play a lot of console.
Because it was on console.
But
yeah.
But it looks really good. It was made by LucasArts, which I love a lot of their games. So continue.
Yeah, it was made by LucasArts, which is probably never coming back because that's dead.
True.
A. B. It was like a Final Fantasy Tactics sort of like ripoff in a way. Like. So if you know anything about Final Fantasy Tactics, it's like if you attack from a certain high ground or if you have a certain element, it beats out another certain element and all these other things. Like high ground, you have a higher chance of hitting. You have like these random statistics and stuff. It was interesting how like it had that sort of strategic combat system. Like you take turns, turn-based combat. Battlefront 2 is also amazing, yes. But it also had like a really sort of janky multiplayer system in it, where like your friends could like, because obviously it was on Xbox, it was on PlayStation 2, it was on GameCube. So it was just a console. Like if you had a console, you probably saw it.
Yup.
Your friend could like plug in their controller and then they can take control of units on your team, and you can like give them control of every other unit other than like the main unit pretty much if you really wanted to, if you really just wanted like AFK. you can make your party out of anyone. You could just sort of like, there was these areas, like recruitment areas they could go to and be like, oh, I kind of wanted this Mongol. I'll just get this Mongol and add him to my team. Or, oh, I want this Samite, which is like this really fat boy, and everyone would just take a bunch of Samites because in game they were busted OP. Because they're just fat as fuck, and then they just hit for like a fuck ton. And then like
bruisers, basically.
Pretty much. And then like you could also get Minotaurs if you did certain things. There's like sort of cheese things that you could do to like unlock certain characters. It was super cool. The only thing that I hope doesn't come back with it is the difficulty system. Like there's a normal difficulty and then there's a hard difficulty. And the normal difficulty you play as the girl, the hard difficulty you play as the guy, because obviously. But the thing that was sort of questionable, like she started in like the Norse area, he started in the Romish area. So she had access to certain units first, and then he had access to certain units first, and then eventually they crossed it. It doesn't even matter, but it doesn't really like.
Right. You
the reason why I want it
later. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I want it gone though is because it really didn't change anything. Like the hard wasn't really harder. Like the AI wasn't any smarter. It was still stupid as fuck. The normal wasn't any normaler. It was still stupid as fuck AI, and you could still just cheese the fuck out of them if you knew how. Who's triggered? Yeah. No, I was kidding. But no, like, I want that gone just because I feel like anybody picked up the game and they're like, oh, I don't want to play the hard because it's harder, sort of was misled by that, if that makes any sense.
Well, maybe, and you never know. Like, so the hard mode didn't have like harder enemies, basically, is what you're saying? Like, they didn't have more HP or anything like that?
It was so, like, insignificantly harder. Like, there was the story fights were really the only ones that were harder because they added a couple more units to them.
Gotcha.
But it wasn't even, like, so much harder that you, like, would even call it a hard mode. It was just, like, New Game Plus, pretty much.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Cool. Well, it looks like it looked pretty cool when I was reading up about it, so, I mean, I like a remake just so I can play it now. That's me.
I mean, you can play it.
I mean, I guess I could borrow your Xbox and your game and try to hook that up. That'd be great to hook up that Xbox through like 3 converters to stream it. That'd be awesome. I'm down.
Yeah, do it. Easy.
Like RGA to composite to HDMI or whatever the hell I'd have to do.
The lovely old RCA antenna.
I'm sure they have RCA straight to HDMI these days, but still, I don't know.
I hope so.
All right, cool. Well, let's look at our picks one more time real quick. There they are. There they are. So if you want to play some reboots, we got some out there you could go check out, except for Torchlight Frontiers, because it's not out yet. Thanks, Ian.
Yeah. Sorry.
But you should definitely go check it out. If you like the original Torchlights, that's looking really good. And
yeah.
They've put out a gameplay trailer. It's like an hour long. Pretty close.
They put out multiple.
Yeah.
Because there was some booths that like they were allowing the people to record from. So
yeah, and so if you like Torchlight, you should definitely check it out. It looks really interesting. Love me some Doom. That's a good game if you want to just like pick up a game and play it for like an hour or two and then put it down, pick it up later. There's not like a ton of story investment there. So that's a fun one to just pick up and play for a little bit and then put back down if you want. And really, to be honest with you, you can play it fast enough. You could probably complete it in like a sitting or maybe 2, if you push yourself, you know. So that's a good quick one. But yeah, so those were our top reboots and ones we want made. Pretty good, pretty solid list. That Final Fantasy one's never getting made, even though they talked about it. I'm so excited for Doom Eternal known. I think it's going to be awesome. We'll see how it goes.
Another note about Doom, though. If you're like into speedrunning and you're just looking for a game to learn to speedrun, Doom's a really easy game to learn to speedrun. None of the strats are like super hard. It's mostly just get your back as close to a door as possible and punch an enemy.
Yeah,
and then they'll like phase you through the door. Yeah. It's super easy to learn to speedrun if you're just trying to like get into that community. So
I don't know. Speedrunning is so amazing to me. I think we're gonna have to do a stream on it at some point because I just keep watching these speed runs of people doing like the Mario stuff and stuff like that. I'm just like, what in the hell is happening? And also, how do people figure this shit out? It's crazy.
yeah, I feel like those are way more like split second intuitive or intensive.
It's like frames now because they've done it for so long. It's like, oh, I knocked a frame off. I'm good now.
Yeah. Whereas the Doom one, it's like, oh, I kind of just have to like back up as fast as possible and then like get this enemy to follow me. It's really easy to learn.
Yeah, KOTOR would be nice known. To be honest with you, anything LucasArts, so just you gotta you gotta kind of wait on because we don't know what Disney's gonna do with those properties, you know.
Yeah.
So
sell them to Activision.
I'm just gonna like apply for a job at Disney and be like, yo, can I just run like the new LucasArts? Thanks. Just trying to remake all these games because they're gonna sell really and make a lot of money. All right, let's go.
All right, let's talk a little bit about news. We got a little bit to catch up on news.
Oh God.
There's a lot of news.
Well, there's a lot of news, but some of it we can just kind of glaze over because there's not a lot to talk about. I did want to mention that they did confirm they're working on next-gen console for Sony. I mean, you know, that's going to happen at some point, right?
And that's all that's known.
Yeah, like literally somebody just said they're, you know, getting the next-gen, stuff going, you know? So, they don't know anything about it at all. They don't
even know the name. They don't even know if they're going to call it PlayStation 5.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll see. That was just.
They might call it the PS1, like the Xbox, because.
Oh God, let's not. Yeah. But I just thought it was interesting because it's the first we've heard about the next gen stuff, so it's kind of neat just to bring up that's happening. You know, so. Ian kind of mentioned this earlier. Blizzard's hyping on the Diablo stuff. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm sure it's going to be a letdown.
They hyped it, but they also destroyed it because they said in their own like thing, pretty much, don't get excited for Diablo 4.
Well, that's fine, but I'm wondering, you know, and they may just do expansion. Oh shit!
Oh God,
that's my bad, guys. So. My worry is they're just going to be like, oh, Diablo 3 and another expansion. Okay, then I'm going to be... That's where I'm let down. But they might not do a Diablo 4, but they could do something else with the IP. Like, I mean, I don't know what they would do.
A Diablo fighter game.
Oh, God.
Diablo RTS.
No, I hope not.
Fighting games more likely.
I was thinking some sort of first-person game, but maybe not. You know, but I don't know. Like, I'm just excited because since I'm going to BlizzCon, I hope something cool gets announced instead of just trash. But you know, we'll see.
Can you show like the floor plan though, real quick on the stream?
Did you put it in here?
Yeah, he put a little further up.
Yeah, I put it in the podcast.
A link.
Channel.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I want to like point this out is because fuck, I don't have the floor plan from whenever they were.
I can't. You gotta link it in the chat because if I switch, it'll lose all the cams.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, so one of the things they mentioned about it too is they have a special space for it. Apparently.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So the Mythic stage from last year to this year has changed. One of the reasons why is that it's being stated for why it changed is because it was a fire hazard last year. And I also have an image of that if you want to show that.
That's fine.
Show the comparison. But the thing that we really want to like, I think is worth pointing out. If you look next to the Diablo area, Diablo 3 demo area, there's this big empty space. And a lot of people have been pointing this out and like talking about this. And some people are thinking, oh, it's just because they wanted more open space for people to stand for the Mythic stage. However, someone mentioned that the last time they had a big open space like that, where they left it open just for shits and giggles,
not labeled and everything, yeah,
was because they announced Overwatch that year, and it was in that big open space. So that's why a lot of people are just like, they keep hyping Diablo, and then there's this big open space next to the Diablo area, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So-
So and Mythic
Jokes
Stage.
on you guys, StarCraft 3. Eh.
I'd die.
Again?
I'd die. By the way, Mythic Stage is where they do all their big stuff. That's
Yeah,
Mythic
yeah.
Stages. So, just FYI. Anyway,
Yeah,
so there's some stuff
one
here
thing-
and there. We'll see how it goes.
Mythic Stage being next to Diablo 3 isn't new. Last year, Diablo 3 was also next to Mythic Stage, just
Yeah.
because it was the smallest area,
Yeah.
and Mythic was so big. So
All good. All good. Anyway, so there's that news. Hyping some Diablo. Okay, so I put this in the news. Okay. There's literally been no other word other than like back when I put this in there about Microsoft grabbing up Obsidian. And I would think after like 2 weeks that we would have heard something else. Nobody else heard anything else, did they?
No.
no.
So I even went look it up yesterday just to see, and there's been no new news about it. So I don't
I
know.
looked it up earlier today.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything.
I don't know if they're actually doing it or not. So, but about 2 weeks ago, there was some rumors going around that they were going to buy Obsidian. So I don't know. We'll see. That could be happening.
I'm sure it's under a bunch of litigation right now.
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
fair.
Well, yeah. That's a big purchase. Obviously, they just released Pillars of Eternity 2, right? So.
Yeah.
They had a big game release and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. As long as Microsoft doesn't buy it up, shut them down, and then delete all their games like that Microsoft's known to do. But it's fine. I'll be fine with it. I'm hoping it just gives them more backing to make more games, but we'll see how it goes. I just want to point out this next news story, just that basically. Concurrent player wars is still being won by Minecraft here.
Yeah.
Somebody posted this the other day, and I just wanted to bring it up because I found it interesting that Fortnite is like our big game right now, where
Don't throw me in that.
no, like none of us are
kidding.
playing.
I'm
We're not
kidding. I'm
playing
kidding.
it, but like Fortnite is like the big daddy, right? Everyone's
Sure.
like. Tons
Everybody
of people
like
are
it, yeah.
playing it.
Like
blah,
the
blah,
world
blah.
is eating it right now.
Yeah, but one game that's higher than Fortnite still? Minecraft. 91 million monthly active players. Minecraft still.
Fortnite's still top Twitch.
Top Twitch, but not active players, huh?
Yeah.
You're right. Like on Twitch, like streaming and stuff like that, it's bigger. I'm just saying the number of people playing it, just still at the top. Minecraft, which is like so old now, such an old game. But I guess like games like Minecraft, creative games like that have a long lifespan because they're creative games. Because it's something you can mod and like just think about the things that have come from it. BR started there from like the Minecraft genre, basically.
I think another big thing to point out about that is another reason why Minecraft probably is so big is because it's on literally everything.
It's on everything.
You can get it on your phone, you can get it on your Nintendo DS, you can get it on fucking everything.
It's on everything, you're right. And I mean that certainly helps. But I'm just saying it's staying alive because it has that kind of flexibility where you can basically almost make it into any game you want if you know how to mod the server or whatever. So it makes sense to me as well. And I mean, they keep updating it, so that's cool, And just to mention, they also have that new game coming out, Minecraft Dungeons, I believe, which is just like the dungeon crawling aspect of Minecraft, which sounds pretty cool, actually. I'll probably buy it because my son loves Minecraft. And I definitely need an excuse to play the game.
And your son's a good one.
I could be like, oh yeah, well my son plays it, so I'm also playing Minecraft Dungeons, guys.
I always just use David as an excuse.
I still love Minecraft. I don't play like anymore really, but it's fun to get on and like mess around with every once in a while still. Whatever it was, like 7-8 years ago, we had our own server and we did all the modding and all that stuff and it was great, but I don't know. It was a fun game for me, so, and I had some pretty good memories on it, so we'll see how it goes. Pretty neat that it's still like the biggest game out there, quote unquote, concurrent users and stuff like that. So I should have talked about this earlier, but they're working on that D3 crossplay, which is super awesome, except for they're not including PC in it. So I'm pissed.
Yeah.
It's console only. But it also makes sense because the seasons work different in console, and it has to do with how like console
And
allows.
console gets a little cheaty fucking dash button in case you didn't know.
So for them for those hardcore
It's fucking
sessions,
cheaty.
yeah.
It is.
It's nice to have that extra escape, especially on that hardcore. Well, so
another big reason with it is because like whenever they originally brought out seasons, they separated PC from console then because of all the cheaty that was happening. Like not just cheaty roll, but like people were modding in weapons and shit.
Well, and also how they have to release content because like for Xbox especially, they have to do like a certain procedure before the content actually gets released, like a beta type thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that that's a problem,
too.
you know.
PlayStation also does it.
Yeah.
It's to verify that they're not sending out a bunch of like viruses to a bunch of people.
Yeah, so hashtag PC Master Race. Like that's
we get viruses first.
That's twice tonight that we get boned. Oh, I haven't talked about the second time yet, so I guess it's the first time we got boned. Big news story, which was brought up by Tarnus earlier this week, and obviously has been plastered everywhere. So if you haven't seen it by now, at least you might hear it. But Discord changed their term of service. Basically, if you didn't send an email, which you still have time to do, to their specific email address, and I'll get that info here in a second. You basically could not be part of class action lawsuits anymore against Discord. So if they leaked your information or did any like thing that you would sue them for, you couldn't participate in that class action lawsuit.
The biggest thing is they just released the store.
Yeah, they did. And that was the same patch they changed the TOS, so continue.
Yeah, so if they release the store and say a bunch of people start buying games, and then suddenly they get hacked, and now somebody has all of our credit card information and is buying shit.
Yep, we couldn't sue them by default. That's by default. You have to opt out of this if you to get that right back. So it's kind of shady. They kind of did it under the table. Obviously, I read no fucking disclaimers or anything when I agree to all this shit, but somebody does, and thank God for those people because they're like, hey. This shit is bad, and then they post it on websites, and at least we get to learn about it. So just like a note, there is a definite way to get out of it, and what I'll do is I'm gonna just link the Kotaku so you can read about it, and I'll probably put it on the YouTube. I'll probably put it under the YouTube description. So if people want to read it, just go down to the YouTube description. That way you can read about it, opt out, or stay in if you feel like it, but I would advise against that. But anyways, check that out. They changed their term of service. You can't class action lawsuit right now unless you opt out. So anyways, whatever. This isn't really new news. It is as far as for this specific thing. They're releasing a Sega retro console. But it's not like, the PS, the PlayStation 1 or the Nintendo ones that have been released. This is from a company that does more stuff like, almost like collector stuff, to be honest with you. Where they make like a high quality retrofit. So these retro consoles don't like have ROMs on them. Because first of all, I'm sure they're not, okayed by the actual gaming company, but they will play your original games, which is really cool. Hey, there's a cool picture of Trump. That's not what I wanted. I want this.
Hell yeah!
But he came out of the closet. Yeah. He came out of the closet.
Anyways, so what's cool about these consoles though is they'll play like this one they just came out with, the Mega SG, will play like Sega Genesis games, Mega Drive, and Master Drive games, like the original games. So like, let's say you have your old Sega collection around.
Oh, the Sega Master System.
Yeah, you could put those cartridges in. It will read it and play them. So it's really cool. And they've already done it with a couple other systems too, which I didn't know. They released one earlier this year called the Super NT, which does a bunch of Nintendo ones, which is really neat. So just thought it was pretty cool, especially with all these retro like ones coming out. I just wanted to like say there are other options out there. Now this option in theory is probably way more expensive, because if you don't have the games, you're gonna have to go out there and buy those games, and some of those games are super expensive because they're rare. But it is an alternative. You know, you're not stuck with these little mini consoles that only have 20 games on them. You know, you can always get these. So just check those out. You know, it's pretty cool. I thought about getting one because as much as I love all the consoles, I did have a little like side fling with Sega stuff. So that Game Gear where I had to have 6 fucking AA batteries.
Yeah.
And then that would die in like an hour, and then I need 6 more AA batteries. That was my favorite, because it came out when Game Boys were out, and they weren't even backlit yet. And that one was full color backlit, like it was the bomb. So, anyways, that's my little rant about Sega consoles. Anyways, so I just thought it was kind of neat and a cool alternative if you don't want to buy the little prepackaged ones, you know. So check those out. And then this last story is pretty recent, actually, and I don't know a ton about it. I think, Tarnis, didn't you link this one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess, but still. So let us know what you learned about this.
So a lot of people were noticing that their hitboxes were completely like getting fucked up when they're playing Battle Royale or whatever they call this one again.
Blackout,
whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just noticing tons of problems. And somebody ended up doing some research and finding out that the the refresh rate was 1/3 that of what was released in the beta.
Yeah, that's rough. And it also, my thoughts, like I said, I didn't look into it, but is that only in Blackout that was changed?
And Zombies is 1/6 of that.
Jesus.
That's fine.
I mean, but it's Zombies. It's not verse, so that's fine. But but still, that's crazy. That is a little bit crazy.
And they actually like they just recently did a patch, and they're like, hey, we're working to better serve the servers or whatever. We're better serve the community with better gameplay, and this is their way of going about it right now.
I see. Yeah. Well, that's pretty sucky. Especially the one thing I don't like is you have a beta, you run it for reasons, you know, to test your game and make sure it's working, and then you go and change stuff like that, which to me that's a drastic change.
And
to me,
and the way it was described in one of the comments was, it's like selling you a car, and then when you get the car, you have a completely changed motor and interior.
Sure, yeah. The performance just isn't up to snuff at that point. So we'll see how it goes. You know, so some mark against it. I don't know. I still like the game overall. I'll probably get my $60 out of it. Obviously, they'll fix some of these concerns, so we'll see how it goes. You know, but anyways, cool. Well, hey, so we got some news that you're excited about, Jiggly.
It's almost time, boys and girls, for the Kingdom Hearts 3 Special Edition PS4 to be on sale.
Yeah. You know, that time frame I think is set in stone now, so I think you're safe. I think you're finally safe.
It's only been 12 years.
You can finally be excited for
On that note,
Kingdom Hearts.
They just released a bunch of stills from the game.
Yeah,
Like,
and they look
within a
fucking
couple days.
awesome.
Yeah.
They also released a couple new worlds. Wreck-It Ralph. They added some more information on his world and
The Hercules world.
Yeah, a little bit of Hercules, Little Mermaid. I think they did a little bit of that one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm.
You're ready.
Boy, I'm hyped.
And then Tarnus, you got some news you're down for?
Waterdeep is coming out with the second version of its campaign, which is Dungeon of the Mad Mage, and that's just them doing a 5e version of Undermountain.
Undermountain, yeah.
I have no idea if it's exactly the way I want it to be, but yeah, I have high hopes.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I like Undermountain, not as much as Tarnus. Tarnus loves Undermountain. He custom made the maps on.
Actually, I just recently framed the map.
Awesome. No, that's cool. I like that. That's really cool. Yeah. So Undermountain's his beast, and so they got a 5e version coming out, which looks really good. So I'll be excited to play in it at some point, I'm sure. But the and you know that's on the 2nd, right? Is that what you said?
Yep.
The second it comes out, yes.
So just like a week or so, and that'll be out. So, anyways, cool. Sounds good. Well, that's our news. I want to thank you guys for coming back. I know it's been a while, so I appreciate you guys hanging out and doing this podcast. I want to thank everybody for coming by and chatting with us, hanging out. The subs, Kovic, thanks. Also the bits and everything. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna leave the podcast off with a spotlight that we like to do. One of our community members just recently started streaming, so I'm just gonna shout him out real quick because he is pretty new. Oh, one quick other thing, because this reminds me, we also have another community member who just started streaming yesterday. Are you actually gonna start streaming though, Daviji?
Oh, dude, I mean, I guess. I'll try it. If I figure it out.
I guess.
So, Daviji also started streaming, and I'll start putting his stuff up like I put up ours, so that you guys can check him out as well. But he just started yesterday. Was yesterday your first stream?
Yeah, it was mostly just me trying to figure shit out, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not real.
And so... that should be right, so I don't know why that didn't work.
Yeah.
It popped up, so that means what I'm about to
It's
do.
because my Twitch name is Devajira.
Yeah, it's not
That's
Daviji.
Or
Yeah.
Devoshi or some shit.
Yeah, it's Devoshi. Anyway, so but the guy I wanted to talk about is Beardsley. He's dipped his toe in all our communities, so make sure you check him out.
That one? Nope. I can't
No,
fill out
I got it.
everything.
I got it.
Jesus.
It's not working though, so that's the problem. So I'll have to fix it later.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
I'll manually post it here. Anyways, you should go check him out. He streams pretty late. I think he streams after me, actually. He streams at I don't know, late. After midnight, usually for me. So if you're up late and you need a place to hang out in the evening, check him out.
What you're saying is he streams late?
Yeah, super late. Super late.
Wait, but
If,
would you say that
if
it's
David
late?
says late, it means late.
Well, so when I'm going to bed, I go and check out his stream for a little bit, and so I go to bed at 3 usually, between 3 and 4, and he's maybe have been streaming for an hour, and then when I get up at 7, and come and get on my computer about 8, he's ending, right, or he's still playing. So
Yeah.
he does it pretty late. But he's pretty cool. He's playing a lot of Borderlands recently, so check him out if you want to. He's a pretty cool guy, and like I said, we all mostly know him. Yeah, exactly. He streams all the way to the morning, so he's a late night guy. So, anyways, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks, I think.
Yep.
November. With Thanksgiving and stuff, we may be skipping at the end of the month, but I think 2 weeks we should see you like normal. Red Dead comes out on Friday. make sure you get that Red Dead going. That's gonna be great.
Wait, how long have we been streaming?
I don't know.
Do you have uptime as a thing?
I do, but I don't know if it's working. Yeah, it's not
Fuck.
working.
Oh, your Streamlabs is not happy.
Well, because I switched bots, so I bet you it's not $signs anymore, it's something else, so I'll have to fix it. Anyways, so we'll definitely want to talk about Red Dead. The problem is I'm not getting it, so hopefully one of you guys is getting it, because it's going to be rough. We may have to bring somebody in. We have to have like a special Red Dead guy to come in and talk about it, because it needs to be talked about. It's going to be...
Yeah, I won't be able to get it until the 30th, so...
Dude, yeah, it looks amazing, but my PlayStation's collecting dust. I literally haven't played anything on it in like a year. So I'm not going to say I'm going to get it and play it because it's likely not going to happen. So too bad it's not coming out for PC, although I think it will. It's just going to be like a year from now. So, that's fine.
Okay.
That's my second.
Then it's going to come out as Redemption Online.
Sure, whatever. Hashtag PC Master Race twice tonight. We're getting fucked twice. So, anyways,
But if it's any consolation, happy birthday to Known.
Happy birthday to Known, baby.
Happy birthday.
For him, he is actually, it is his birthday. We still got an hour, so. The first one never came out to PC, but I think that GTA 5 and its online mode had such success on PC that they may contemplate Red Dead 2. There's actually even been rumors about it already. So
Yeah.
And some people talking about it that are in the industry. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping. I'm gonna hold out for it. But you might be right. I may not want to get my hopes up. We'll see. Anyways, you guys have a good night. We'll see you. I'll be on Thursday. Anybody streaming this week? Jiggly, you're just like no streams.
I've been on a hiatus. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean
with work and stuff.
Yeah, new job and stuff. So that's understandable.
Yeah.
I'll be
on soccer cars tomorrow.
Soccer cars tomorrow with Known. If you guys are around,
Let's do it.
Go friend Known. Known streams, so you can go check out his stream and get his info. I'm sure he'll be streaming tomorrow, so just hop on there and be like, "Hey, what's your Steam?" And then you can play some soccer cars with him. Ian, are you gonna stream any this week? Any more?
Shit, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, Devoshi. Check out Devoshi. And I'll be on normal time on Thursday. I'll see y'all then. I likely won't be on Friday because we got Halloween party to get ready for, and then we'll see you again on Tuesday. So y'all have a good weekend. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.